Fala galerinha do RIFF, tudo bem? Beleza? Meu nome é Lucas Santos e eu tive uma oportunidade incrível de conversar com o Caleb Shomo, vocalista da banda Beartooth, uma banda de hardcore melódico dos Estados Unidos. Eu conversei com ele um pouquinho sobre o novo álbum que a banda vai lançar em outubro, chamado The Surface, esse que é o quinto álbum da banda, e tive a oportunidade de trocar uma ideia como as mudanças na vida do Caleb, que é o principalmente criativa por trás do projeto Beartooth, como essas mudanças afetaram uma mudança bem considerável de som da banda nos últimos anos. Então é isso, fiquem com a entrevista. Se quiserem me seguir nas redes sociais, eu vou botar aqui embaixo, no Instagram é @luquinhaspcs. Mas é isso, fiquem com a entrevista do Caleb Shomo do Beartooth e espero que seja a primeira de muitas entrevistas aqui no canal, beleza? Tamo junto, abraço. Caleb, how's it going, man?
Good. How you doing, Lucas? You good?
Good. Yeah, pleasure.
Right on, man.
Thanks for having the time to talk with me.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey, so I listened to the album, and the first thing I want to shout out is I've been listening to Beartooth for almost 8 years, and I never thought I'll have listen to a song called Sunshine.
Yeah.
And how's this change like for the album, the new lifestyle? I know you live in LA right now. Tell me about it.
It's all really good. It definitely is a change. I mean, I think as you can hear in the record, like as you know, as a Beartooth fan, Beartooth is just me basically turning what I'm feeling into songs. So things are very different, but in a really good way. I think I'm just trying my hardest to pursue happiness in my own life, and therefore it's just leaking into my music. And yeah, it's taking a lot of hard work, but things are feeling very good.
Yeah, that's the feeling I have when I listen to The Surface. The other albums was just a feeling of like angst and like kind of punch everything, like fuck
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
off. And this one is mix of a feeling the same, but I also feel like more happiness, like it's way more uplifting, the lyrics as well. Is that you bringing, I know you're a big fan of pop, you always say about that in your interviews and stuff, but is that you bringing the pop into Beartooth music, like in the full mode?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, just going for it. My kind of motto with this record as I was making it was just no fear. And I wanted to explore all of my musical influences really full and really wholeheartedly, and pop being one of those that obviously, like you said, I talk about a lot. It's been a big influence on Beartooth since the very beginning. Um, but I decided if I was going to do heavy for this record, it's going to be really heavy. If I was going to do pop, it's going to be really pop. And if they meet in the middle, then so be it. And I think it created for, one of the probably the most like authentic Beartooth record in a long time, which I'm really, really excited about. I'm really proud.
Yeah, no,
I'm glad I
100%.
didn't like back off of anything.
Yeah, 100%. I know the singles you guys released it were more like in a poppy way, so I was waiting for an album to go along the singles, but you just start the album with Surface, which is like a punch in the hole. So it's really like it's a mix, and it's really good to have like the OG Beartooth, I'll say, like in the album as well, with all those new changes in your life. Because like you say, Beartooth, it is extent of yourself, as I know. Is that the pink? The pink has to do with that as well.
Yeah, for sure. That like really all the colors that we've been using for this record are very important. We just want it to be like represent bright and this big change, whereas like below was purple and very dark and sad. This is like very happy and bright. So, the like kind of blue and the yellow and now the pink to really like, do the whole record with. It just kind of represents like the California sunset. And yeah, just like the a conscious effort to try and be a little bit brighter and happier. And we figured what better way than like a soft pink,
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And I know you, I think you've been sober for a year, I'll say,
Oh
almost.
man, yeah. I mean, I almost, yeah, a little over a year, or no,
Yeah,
almost a year, almost two. Um,
almost two.
yeah, 2 years with no alcohol, which
Nice.
is it's been feeling good. Yeah.
I remember in the interview that you give it, I think it was to Thing McKenty from the punk rock
Yeah.
NBA. You're talking about the whole pandemic shit and all the thing that you're going way beyond whatever you have to do. And I mean, I can relate it with you because we are the same age.
Mhm.
And I think after that, I kind of like brought to myself a lot of the influences that you talk about it, like how to get a better lifestyle, how to get a better life. And
Yeah.
I think it just fits with pretty much the whole lyrics that you always had among your albums and among Beartooth. Um, uh, I moving a little different. Like I know you had a song with Hardy, which is the first, not the first collab that you ever had, but the first collab
Yeah,
that
yeah,
goes to an
for
album,
sure.
right? Yeah. How did you guys get in touch with?
Man, I mean, it's just kind of the classic story. I don't really remember how we met exactly, but we got to know each other, fans of each other's music. I ended up um, meeting and hanging out with him. Went to a show in LA that he was playing, and it was absolutely amazing. He did great. And then a few days later, I just gave him a call, said I had a song, wanted to see what he would, if he was down to sing on it. And the rest is history. But really, that
Yeah.
song I think is really important for Beartooth's career because it's the first collab, like you said, that's ever been on a Beartooth record. I've done a lot of collabs for other people, but this is the first one for Beartooth. So I wanted it to be something special, something that you wouldn't expect, and something that I think pushes the record to have a little bit more of a unique quality. So to work with somebody as talented as he is was an absolute honor and a privilege. And yeah, I think, for us, it really helps. It really helps Beartooth get shown to a new audience of people that would have never really listened to us before. And same for Hardy. I think it's just a pretty big win-win, and I got to do it with such a really cool, kind person. So very stoked about it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. It fits very well because his last album is just he went full mode metalcore and got some screamos on it, which is very surprising. Like I personally never heard about him before. He got more engaged into the metal
Yeah,
community, so it's definitely bringing more people to you guys
100%.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
metal's making moves, man. It's infectious
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Are you on tour right now? You going to the UK? What's the next step?
Yeah, so we're at home right now. We've been on tour pretty much nonstop since late February, um, early March, something like that. We've just been going, 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 going. So I got a bit of time off right now, just kind of laying low while the album gets put out, doing more work at home, things like that. But we just announced a really big UK Europe tour for next year, which is exciting, and we got more stuff in the announcements soon, for sure.
100%. Are you coming to the US?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to go
Okay, in the US.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't give away too much, but
Okay.
got some good stuff.
So I know you can't give away too much, but any hopes for South American fans to see Beartooth
There
soon?
are. I mean, I'll speak very honestly about it. So it's something that we've been trying to do for a while, but it just hasn't been right.
Never being right to any
Yeah,
any
we've
yeah.
well, we've never been, and it's been very difficult to get over there. But nowadays, there are a lot more festivals happening in South America, which is great. A lot more bands are coming out there now from the metal world, and it seems to be going really well. So yeah, we've started having more conversations with people trying to make that happen. But that's the thing is like if we do a show, we want it to be just the best show possible for everybody, and especially if it's a first show anywhere,
Mhm.
that is a super important one to us. So we're going to take our time and we're going to make sure it's right. But when we get there, it's going to be absolutely insane. And
I,
we are actively pursuing it. I
I
promise.
can I can speak by myself because I've seen you guys 10 times and it's always been Fucking crazy
All
ride,
right,
100%.
man. Well, hell
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully it's sooner than later, man. We're
Oh
working.
yeah, 100%. I got a request because if you're going to Boston or New England, you have to play Rocky's Dad. I know it's an old one, but
All
that's
right.
like one of my put on the list. I know it's hard, but
Okay.
like
Yeah,
an old time fan, I'll keep it in mind, please.
I'll keep it in mind. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you talk about your pop influences, and I know you're also a big AC/DC fan.
Hmm.
And but from the new, I'll say the new blood in metal, like do you have anything that you want to give a shout out, like any bands that you really listen to it? It doesn't have to be metal, but something that
Yeah.
you
I mean, there's a ton of good bands going right now in that are newer that are doing great. Like the band Camino, they're more of like a pop rock band from Nashville, but they're a bit younger. They've only been around for like really, moving heavy for like the last 5 years or so. But they put out a record recently that's amazing. I just saw them play and they were so good. Um, I mean, I Prevail is doing amazing. They're killing it. Bad Omens is absolutely killing it. Um, yeah, I mean, Spirit Box, another incredible band. Metal's doing really good right now. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on and a lot of really cool bands that are trying to kind of change the way people are looking at everything. So it's an honor to be a part of that scene right now for sure.
100%, man. You mentioned especially Bad Omens and I Prevail, and what you guys were doing the last, at least with Below and the Surface, kind of like open up the the sound a little bit, not stick it just with the heaviness, getting like some stuff, getting new people to join you. I think it's just helpful for everyone to jump in and get to metal and know new bands and stuff like that. It's very helpful.
Fuck
Appreciate
yeah,
what you
hey,
guys do.
right on, man. I'm
It
in.
no, it's one thing that struck me. How long have you been touring since
Me?
Attack? Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you when you started?
I've been touring full time for 15 years. So
That's
I'm
wild.
30 years old now.
Yeah.
I started touring full time in the summer of 2008. Um, yeah. So it's been a while now.
That's why, yeah, it's been a while. Wow. Yeah. I'll do the last one. And I really got it was very interesting because you moved from your hometown, right? From Ohio.
Mm.
And you went to LA, which is for music, I think I mean, nowadays with the internet it's different, but right, I still think LA and then Nashville, all those
Oh
those
yeah.
places are better to work as a musician. But what was the besides the weather? We don't like the winter over here. But besides the
Yeah.
weather, what else is like biggest change for you moving to LA?
I think having the ability to work with other bands is the biggest change. And that was one of the biggest influences on me moving to Los Angeles is, in Columbus, where I was at, it was such a good place to escape and disappear. But the problem is if I'm going to work with another band, it takes so much more effort. I'm usually traveling somewhere or people aren't really trying to travel to Columbus. Especially for 6 months of the year when it's miserable. So to be in LA, it's a lot more common to be able to just kind of treat producing music for other bands like a day job, where I can have somebody come over for like the afternoon and we can work on something. And I really miss that. Before Beartooth was so busy, my career in life was going to be producing other bands, and that's a massive part of what I do. So that was a huge reason that I moved out here. And it's been working out very well since. I got some really cool stuff on the books, and it's been nice to be able to work with other bands.
And you got to do awesome music as well. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's also a very nice place to write my own music.
Yeah, 100%.
Sure.
One song that you can tell everyone to go listen to it from the album. Which one you pick?
Probably Might Love Myself. I think it's like one of the most important songs on the record, but I think if you're trying to really wrap up what this whole thing is about, that's probably the best way to do it. That one, and I Was Alive as well, is very good for that. But Might Love Myself, I think, is just a good kind of shock to the system and very outspokenly, here's what Beartooth is trying to do. So it's a good one to listen to.
All right. Hey, that's it, man. Appreciate it a lot. Honored
Thank
to
you
talk
very
with
much
you.
for the time.
I'll looking forward to see you in New England when you come here.
All right.
100%. All
Check
right.
it out.
Valeu.
No
Check
doubt.
it.
I'll see you there,
Bye.
Luke.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Caleb.
Thank you. Appreciate it.